So this is our first segment called I Feel Good About This week. And I'm going to take it down for you guys a little bit. Keep it kind of sultry and low because the first thing that I feel good about this week is this is weirdly complimenting myself, and I didn't realize this until I started talking, but here we are. My wife and other people in my life who I've had phone conversations with, I also host an audio only podcast, have complimented me for my low, sexy voice. Not something you hear a lot of here because I sort of get in my feelings and get really loud and shrill when I'm impassioned about something that I feel strongly about. But if I'm just, talking about something in general, I sort of do have this low voice. And people before, I used to be a receptionist when I was in my early 20s. And I remember I answered the phone and this weird, creepy guy was like, "Oh, you should be a phone sex operator." And I was like, "Ew, I'm calling the police." But then I was like, wait a minute, work from home, make my own hours, and say filthy things to people, those are three things that I can really get on board with. And so I'm wondering, because if this is your first time joining this podcast, I've been unemployed for a little while and I'm searching for ways to make money. And I think with the advancement of the internet, phone sex operating isn't quite as hot as it used to be. But I really wish it would sort of have a resurgence because I feel like I could do some really good things, particularly if there's a scenario where you men can call and they want to be degraded or insulted. I'm so ready for that. I am primed for that. And there's a part of me that will almost do that for free. I mean, I love insulting men and I love feeling powerful and by way of making men feel small. I hope this gets on like right wing TikTok so they see this and come for me. Because out of context, I mean, I guess this isn't out of context, it's very much in context. If you hear that, that's true. Because I am something of a person who is awake and has eyes and sees what men have done for centuries. So I want to get my lick back. And part of me would really, really enjoy doing that via phone sex operations and draining men of their hard earned money. I'm not saying men don't work hard. I'm just saying they get paid more than other people because they're men. And that doesn't feel right. So I feel like I should get some of that by insulting them. I hear financial domination is a really great way to make some money. I don't really know how to get into that. So I feel good about exploring this low, sultry voice. So if you know of anything, let me know in the comments. And is this doing anything for anybody? Let me know that too. I might need to work on this a little bit. Seems like I'm trying too hard. And maybe now I'm putting on the dude voice. I should stop. So I feel good about that.
I just feel like could you really do it though? I feel like you would
Of
be,
course I could.
but I feel like you would be. I don't know that you could be earnest for that long. I feel like you'd make jokes.
I don't think that uh, a sexual experience needs to be devoid of humor, right? I love to laugh during, not at people. Hopefully, we're laughing together.
At what?
You've never gotten in a sticky situation? No pun intended, obviously, but the next thing I feel good about is actually kind of more of an earnest thing that I've been experiencing since I've been putting myself out here on this podcast and out into the universe on TikTok and Instagram. And I have had a lot of conversations with people in my life about putting an end to the embarrassment of trying. And I feel very, very, very strongly about this because there were so many years and have been so many years in my life that I didn't do things because I was embarrassed that people would see me try. And it's such a difficult, like, weird space to be in, because everybody has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? Even from episode 1, we have improved on this podcast. I don't know if you guys remember, but you can go back and see the stark room behind me in episode 1, where all of these paintings, by the way, were lined up on the floor in front of each other, and I couldn't be bothered to hang them up. And so literally that was the only thing that made me do it, was like, oh, I saw the video and I look like I'm in a padded cell because the walls are empty. So small things like that, where it's like you have to start somewhere. And how horrible would it be if you went through your entire life and didn't start at all? And so I think about, like, filming myself outside of this room when I try to make a TikTok for attention, which, again, all of this is for attention. All of this is me coming out here saying, I think I'm funny and I think I have something worth it to say. And that is really embarrassing, because you're supposed to be humble and you're supposed to be like, oh, I don't know if I can do this and blah, blah, blah. I'm calling for the end of that. If you want to do something, let's fucking go. It's more embarrassing to live a life where you don't do the thing you want to do because you're worried about what other people might say about you. The real people in your life will support you wholeheartedly no matter what, and give you constructive feedback in order to improve what you're doing. And the people who don't know you, who want to talk shit about you, probably aren't going to say it to you. And if they do, it says more about how they feel shitty about themselves for not trying than it does about you. So, to take a quote from my very good friend, who is a huge supporter of me, and has had many conversations with me about this, and he's been so supportive. This is my friend Brandon, who I also have another podcast with called Movies We Missed. Check it out. He said to me in the most loving way recently, you have so many other things to be embarrassed about. Don't let it be this. So here is a list of things I actually am currently embarrassed about, which I feel are very justified. Number one, I've talked about this on the podcast before, but there is a McDonald's promotion for BTS with those tiny tan characters. And I'm embarrassed about the fact that I have gone to McDonald's um, at least, I think, 4 or 5 times this month, and ordered a Happy Meal as an adult to get a child's toy. And then I've eaten that McDonald's, and I've gotten so sick of eating the McDonald's Happy Meals, I've started feeding it to my dog just so I can get the toy. So that's one. Number 2, there are times when I don't get out of bed till like noon or 1 because I don't have anything else to do. And sometimes I just like scroll on my phone, like, and I'm telling you, like, I'm up at like 8 or 9, and I will literally just scroll on my phone until like midday. And then someone will call me and be like, hey girl, what's going on? I'm like, oh, today's so packed. Like, I can't get enough of what I'm doing, which is a lot. But the truth is, I've been lying down all fucking morning. The third thing that I'm super embarrassed about is, like, I have like, when I become like really obsessed with something, I have trouble not talking about it to people all the time. So when I'm having a conversation with someone casually, I'm like running through my head trying to think of ways to bring up the thing that I'm really obsessed with, even though I know the other person barely cares. And it's almost like I'm not really listening to my friend at that point. I'm just finding an in for myself to talk about the thing I'm obsessed with. And that's really embarrassing for me, because sometimes the thing that I'm obsessed with is A, embarrassing, or B, they have no interest in whatsoever. But like, I literally can't stop it from rising up out of my throat into my mouth and spilling into the conversation, even though what maybe we're talking about like a sick parent or something like that, and I'm so self-centered that I can't sort of get through what they're going through. I gotta bring up, I don't know, a television show I can't stop thinking about. Like, that's bad. If someone's like sitting there talking to me about their sick pet, I'm sitting there running through the Rolodex in my brain thinking like, oh my God, how can I bring up Craig David's album Born to Do It? You know what I mean? It's not good. It's not good. I feel good about this.